Season 7's 11th episode of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just aired, and I, ever the fan of the show, am here to break it all down. So I hope you'll join me after the intro. Well, hello there. My name's Jeremy, and welcome back to Freeform Disney, where I talk about all aspects of Disney, from the animated movies to the theme parks to Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, and the TV shows, and everything else in between. And that is why it's Freeform. And keep coming back every day for new daily content. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're watching the newest season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it's time to talk all about Episode 11, also known as Brand New Day. Because it's time to go ahead and confirm that, yeah, for sure we're in a new timeline, in case we hadn't kind of made that clear already with the huge number of changes we've had that somehow make it so our characters are all still here and everything's still fine. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and break it all down. So let's start by talking about Korra. Now, I think it's inexplicable to a degree, but we decide we can't tell Korra about her mother because apparently it might set her off, according to May. Or, you know what, just spitballing here, but maybe it would have made her more likely to work with us and bond with her sister. Anyone? No? Well, anyway, I was hoping to see Daisy and Korra talk together a little bit about that and bond a little over that, at the very least. Well, anywho, Korra, her motives here are convoluted to say the least. She's here to be with her sister, she wants to actually see something about S.H.I.E.L.D., or maybe this was all just an act the whole time. Or maybe it's not. Or maybe she is convinced, especially once she finds out her mother is dead and was killed by Nathaniel. And then once she's back on the ship, she's just covering for that and buying time. Hard to say. Really hard to say exactly where the heck we are. But that said, I think we're still leading toward a redemption for Korra here in the finale come next week. That's my feeling on it. Let's see. Other characters. Yo-Yo. Was she in the episode? Yeah, I guess she was. Very, very briefly. May, though, on the other hand, got a decent bit of time during the episode. A lot of it talking with Korra and, well, also fighting with Korra. Hey, if you've got to have somebody without superpowers go ahead and fight someone, let it be May. Although I guess she does actually have her superpowers now because she actually gets to literally know what it feels like to be somebody else. Which has its good points, too. And yes, she most certainly was trying to use the death of Jiang to manipulate Korra's emotions. No doubt about that. Coulson being a computer genius was neat, but better than that was there was a nice moment between Coulson and May over in the lighthouse. This whole bit about, hey, we're not who we used to be, and how about see if you can see how good she can be. You know, like she's done with Yo-Yo, like she's done with Daisy throughout the course of the entire series. And like she's done with Coulson. And it was a nice nod back to, well, the series as a whole, as well as May's relationships with the different characters in there. That was nice. Okay, let's move on to the best parts of the episode. The standout moments all really had to do with the time we were aboard the Quinjet. Because, hey, it's time to get unpredictable because we need to avoid Sybil's predictions as she's just working on probabilities. Now that said, if it were me and I was in this situation, I would probably list out some of those possibilities and then start using random number generators, say on my phone, to go ahead and do it. Best way to go ahead and make sure you're not predictable is to not make that decision yourself or give it to any other humans either. Random number generators are kind of hard to predict. So anyway, Daisy goes ahead and, well, leaves Korra in the middle of their conversation, realizing that that's what she should be doing, or what she would be expected to do, would be to actually stay with Korra and definitely not leave Korra. And then she goes and brings straight-laced Sousa, and gets him to go break the rules, which, of course, Sousa isn't going to do if it's Daisy-esque. I'm just saying, a little bit of a connection there. As everyone notices this connection. We saw Simmons noticing it the other episode. Now we've got good old Mac noticing it this time around. Which led to a really nice conversation on the Quinjet as well. And by the way, speaking of Mac going on the Quinjet, he had a great entrance going on there with the shotgun axe over his shoulder. And hey, the director's gone rogue too. Not that that's the first time we've seen that happen with the director. And over on that Quinjet, yeah, we had a bunch of good conversations. Yes, as I was talking about Daisy and Mac, we're talking about Daisy and Sousa, and even the time loop thing came up on that, and how that's a bit of an unfair advantage. And what a mess that is in a relationship. But really, a lot of that conversation was about how things were coming to an end. And, of course, this is very meta at the same time. The show is coming to an end, and that's part of why it can be nice for the characters to also be coming to a similar end, at least in terms of the team in this case, just because it helps us also get that bit of being able to let go and getting that ending. And so, yeah, definitely nice. And then later we get conversations between Mac and Sousa, with Mac being super protective of Daisy and giving Sousa the old father talk right there. Hey, if you're going to go ahead and take her out, don't fuck that up. Or you're going to have a problem with the entire team. And then the whole joke that just comes up about the name Quake. And yes, names like that can seem really, really odd when you just take them out of context. Oh, I mean, it was too much fun. And the whole thing ended with Daisy and Sousa kind of horsing around with the name and a bit of flirting going on right there too at the same time. Now, it was nice. Oh, and all that didn't even get into Sousa being on his first time going into space. Remember, he's from the 50s. So there's no man on the moon or anything else like that at that point. And then getting to see Earth for the first time. Whereas the rest of them have all been up into space. They've all seen Earth already. So it's not as new, but we get to see it from someone else's eyes who, well, it is. And anyway, the whole Quinjet stuff, really nice. And lastly, let's go ahead and close out by talking about Zephyr 1. So Zephyr 1 went up into space, and hey, we thought that Deke, and so did Deke, he thought so too, we thought that he was about to get his whole die-hard moment to go rescue everything. But no, that was cut super short. Fake out on that one for you. And let's see, Nathaniel did his evil villain stuff throughout the episode and attempted to get Fitz's location out of Simmons. And never actually succeeded either. But that ended up leading to us finally seeing some new scenes with Fitz. Although they're in the past, not current, as far as the agents are concerned right now. But we got to see some pieces of Simmons' memory from after the end of Season 6's events. And frankly, it only leads to more questions right now on what the heck happened during that time and where Fitz is now. There was talk of blood work, and it seemed rather negative there. So does that mean Fitz has some kind of illness? Or maybe it's something else entirely, because we can't be straight with this. So maybe the blood work was about them having their daughter, because we know they do have a daughter, or at least they did in the other timeline. So maybe it's about that, or who knows? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. likes its twists, and we're finally coming up to what this big twist has been, and we've been going all season alluding to it here and there. So once we find out, then we'll get to go back, look at all the hints, and go, oh, of course that's what it all was going to mean. Yeah, that was obvious. or maybe not, who knows? Looking forward to it regardless, though. Well, at any rate, as I said, Nathaniel doesn't get the info out of Simmons, and because of everything that happened, somehow Simmons no longer knows who the heck Fitz is, and maybe everyone else too. I mean, she gave a kind of blank look at poor Deke over there, so I'm not sure if she knows who Deke is either. We'll have to wait till next time on that. Guessing that's also a fail-safe of Diana right there. Yeah. Whee! Oh, things can never be easy for Fitzsimmons, right? Never, never, ever easy. Well, anyway, all of this leads up to the big twist of the episode, because we get to find out what Sybil's latest plan was. We're done with just trying to pull a certain thread and make S.H.I.E.L.D. stop existing or S.H.I.E.L.D. fail. No, we went ahead and set something up because Sybil, way back in the past, probably decades ago, sent a signal out to the Chronicons and had them start building and preparing. And now in this episode here in the 80s, we get the signal sent over to them and they all pop through wormholes or whatever over to Earth. And, well, they go target tons of S.H.I.E.L.D. bases around the planet and destroy them. Now, that said, I will note given what we know about some of the shield bases, it does seem like there might still be some of them around other than just the lighthouse, which wasn't destroyed. Maybe things like the playground over in DC, because we only saw the Triskelion get destroyed over there. So there might be some that are still around. Don't know the full carnage of that and who all got killed. Hard to say. But I gotta say, regardless, it's a heck of a lot to try to fix if you want to put the timeline back to where it was. Or somewhat where it was, or kind of, or... I mean, dang, the timeline is such a mess by this point. Yeah. Be interesting to see where we go in this finale. Oh, and by the way, talking about that button for just a quick moment, anyone else think that Cora was about to go kill Nathaniel in the button where she put her hands up to his face before she just kissed him? Maybe it was more just that I was hoping that's what was going to happen. Ah well, we got time in the finale for that to happen later. So this was not the greatest episode of the season by any stretch. But it certainly had some really good moments, especially on the Quinjet there. And now, hey, I do have to ask, do we really need to fix this timeline? We've established that it's not our timeline anymore. Can we just, I don't know, say leave and go back home now? Hey, let the Chronicoms have this timeline. It's not ours anyway, who cares? Okay, I suppose that's probably not what's gonna happen. Well, the finale is finally on its way next week. Whew, yikes. It's been a good season. I've definitely been enjoying it, and frankly, I hope we finish up with Nathaniel and that whole plot quickly enough that we get some decent time to spend with our agents for the emotional closing of the show, for all of the aftermath of that. I hope it doesn't get too rushed in the end. And also, while I'm at it, I definitely hope that our characters will pop up again in the future, whether it be in MCU movies or other shows. Well, we'll see what we see, of course. And hey, with that, well, what about you? Did you love the Quinjet moments? What are your predictions for the finale? Let me know down below in the comments. And thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Please give it a like, share it with anyone you think will too, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done it already. I'll see you again tomorrow for another new episode of Freeform Disney. Have a magical day, and may the Force be with you, always.